Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the Bird's Nest podcast. I'm Joe Donahue. Thank you so much for joining us. As Jeffrey Lurie and others in the Eagles organization say often, the Philadelphia Eagles have the best fan base in the world, and that starts with an incredibly dedicated season ticket holder base. This year, just like last, the Philadelphia Eagles thanked season ticket holders with an exclusive memento and a visit to Lincoln Financial Field and an exclusive experience there, celebrating the team's Super Bowl 59 championship. Joining me once again to talk about this year's season ticket member gift and experience, as well as other elements of the fan experience throughout the year, we're excited to welcome back friend of the show and Eagles Vice President of Fan Services, Norman Vossschulte. And joining us this year is Eagles Season Ticket Member Services Coordinator, Gabrielle Cipparone. Norman and Gabrielle, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having us.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So Gabrielle, I want to start with you. Last season was your first season with the Philadelphia Eagles, although you've spent some time obviously around the Philadelphia area. You got your NFL career started with another team we won't mention, but you spent some time around the Philadelphia area, and the Eagles are no stranger to you in your life. What was your first year with fan services like? What stood out? Obviously, the Super Bowl last year was a big part of that, but what stood out about your first year with this team, and maybe a little bit about what surprised you as well?
I would say kind of like you said, so I grew up in South Jersey, so just 30 minutes away from Philly my whole life, and Philadelphia, just sports in general has just always been such a big part of my life growing up. So when I got the opportunity last May to work as a seasonal associate for the Eagles, it was an amazing opportunity that was like a dream for me. So my first year was so exciting, and working in fan services is amazing. It's exactly what I want to do. And I could not have expected that this would have turned into a Super Bowl winning year. It was so exciting and a whirlwind. I don't even know. It was like amazing and so fun. And I'm so lucky to have such an amazing team that I work with. And then I got the opportunity in April, I got hired full time. So to continue to work here and to continue just bringing amazing experiences to season ticket members and just fans as a whole is something that's so exciting. And it's even better when it's for a team that I care about so much. And the passion for me is really there. I would say something that surprised me is the season ticket member fan base here as a whole is there's so much passion here. Like it means so much to people to be an Eagle season ticket member, and that is so infectious. And it really, I can speak for myself, but I'm sure you would say the same, that it pushes me to be the best that I can be every single day because I know how much I love this team and how much others love this team and how we just want the best experience possible. So I would say it's surprising because these fans are just like no other, and it's amazing to be around.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really, really awesome. And Norman, I'll give you a chance to chime in there as well on that similar on that last topic there. Because Gabrielle raised a really good point is that the fans that pack Lincoln Financial Field are such an integral part of the team's experience. That surely, I'm sure, propels you and your team to try to take it to that next level each and every single year.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when you get to work with people like Gabrielle, then we're going to have some good things come out of anything we plan and do, right? Um, I think originally, I mean, look, I'm originally from Europe, and so I grew up with soccer, and this summer we had a bunch of soccer games here, but I tell you what, and I've told everyone here, like soccer fans are passionate, but there's just I totally second what Gabrielle said. There are just no fans like Eagles fans. And our season ticket members, you know what's amazing? I think I told you this last year, but whenever you ask anyone who is a season ticket member, so how long have you had season tickets? They might be your age and they say since like 1945. And you're like, that doesn't math. Like, how does that, well, my dad and then his dad, and, so it's not just this generation, it's literally generational, right? So the tradition here is just bar none. And so likewise, I think in season ticket member experience, we gotta bring it, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to bring it every year. Got to be just as locked in for 2025 as the on-field team is. So,
That's
uh,
right.
all right, let's For those who didn't catch our conversation last year, Norman, what is it that goes into selecting the season ticket member gift each year? Because each year it varies. And last year was the first year you guys tried something new with the experience and the physical gift. But what was it that go, and we'll talk about that part of it in a moment, but
Yeah.
just generally, what goes into selecting the season ticket member gift?
Well, I think a few criteria that we really look at is what is meaningful to fans, right? In my opinion, there has to be something that speaks to the tradition. It speaks to, a season ticket member having season tickets for a long time, for example, right? It has to be something that is unique, that you can't buy in our store. Because that way it only season ticket members get it, and then it also has to be useful. I really believe that if it is something that is not necessarily useful, it could be still cool, I guess, if it was something to hang on the wall, or maybe that's in the future, right? But I really love when it's something that you can kind of take out and take with you. To me, I think a real stamp of approval is if we give our season ticket members something that they either can wear or carry or bring with them. If I then see it, and then maybe even see it at the Super Bowl where people actually traveled with that item, I know we did something right, And so to your point with last year's gift was a hat, right? And man, yeah, there you go. Nice. I see it right. Yeah. When we see people walking around the city or coming to games this year, preseason games, and or the coolest one we saw, I think, was in the parade in New Orleans, right? To see it like a season ticket member wearing it in the parade in New Orleans was awesome. I was like, man, we did something right, for them to feel proud enough to wear their hat in New Orleans. That was cool.
Sure, sure. Yeah, and I'm sure Gabrielle, you felt very similarly seeing work that your team had a hand in just be so widely accepted by the Eagles fan base.
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's crazy when you put all the time into planning it and then the time finally comes for everyone to see it and to have such a positive reaction is just so fulfilling. Like it makes it all worth it. Like all the work that we put into it, it has paid off. And obviously we love it, so we want people to love it just as much as we do. So it's very rewarding to see that people had such a great reaction to what we planned for them.
For sure. Yeah, now and I alluded to this, so last year was the first year that the gift came with a pickup experience, an exclusive experience just for season ticket members. What were some of the learning experiences that you had executing that in 2024 that you brought forward that you used to help make this year's gift and experience better?
Yeah, that's a great question, because obviously in our job, in our world, you always want to learn, right? You want to make it better for next year. You want to fix some of the things that you've gotten feedback on that might be not great, and then you want to implement and or enhance some of the things that were really awesome. And so I definitely noticed last year that our season ticket members love personal interaction. The asking last year, we asked season ticket members last year, well, how long have you been a season ticket member? What year did you get season tickets? And that really led to some awesome conversations. And also to some really interesting conversations where people said, but I'd rather choose a date where my dad first came or where I first came with my father, or, like that was cool. It was very personalized. I think the other thing that season ticket members geeking out over seeing the Super Bowl ring last year was super cool, right? So we knew this year we have to bring the trophies. We can't, it has to have both trophies, And then interestingly enough to me, last year, I think was season ticket members really loving the idea of being behind the scenes and being in an area that maybe you don't see every day. And them actually loving this idea of like, hey, if you can show me another tunnel that I haven't seen before, that'd be cool, or another door even, right? It was really interesting to me that, people just want to know more. And then this element of I'm in my home away from home. Can I see the field? Can I, is there a cool, definitely picture opportunity, because I want to commemorate this moment. I think all of those went into it. I think some areas of improvement, last year we got some feedback on long lines and long wait times. And so we were like, okay, we got to fix that. And I think we took a page from the old valet book of if you can extend the queue and make the distance longer, right? With the walk distance longer, then the queues will, they won't be so bunched up. So we knew that it was still, if there's thousands of people coming down here, there was still going to be some lines, but can we extend that queue? But when we extend it, let's make it interesting, right? Let's not just, make it a longer walk, but make it an interesting long walk. So can it be through the bowels of the stadium, when there's actual work going on, forklifts going back and forth, like people seem to really like that. So I think all of those kind of thought processes go into this. And then, of course, some unique elements, right? What else unique can we bring to this year where people are going to be like, okay, that was cool.
For sure, yeah, and that's all really important because, again, I mean, for people who have done this the first time, like this could be their first year as a season ticket holder. That's, I
Yeah.
mean, they're going to have this experience for the first time. They won't necessarily have had the previous one, but for those who had the previous one, it's can sometimes be a challenge to take something that has been done before and not reinvent the wheel, so to speak, but also make it unique and exciting for them to make them want to come back
Yeah.
for this year's.
For sure. I think that's something that we prioritized as well is how can we take last year and the kind of overall concept of it and then make it the same but different and have a different aspect of it. And, we appreciate everyone taking the time to come down here and to participate in the experience. So we wanted to make the most of it and make it an experience that's worthwhile, to pick up your gift and make it something that's cool and not like last year, as completely different than what you experienced last year.
All right. So let's debut now the this year's gift on this podcast here. So we're gonna start very similar to last year. We got a hat. And it's the same similar style. It's still got the season ticket member, the limited edition. It's the same kind of style with the same Velcro, although there's new patches this year. Commemorating the Super Bowl 59 championship, as well as a little Super Bowl 52 patch on this side as well. Then getting closer to the centerpiece. We have clear bag, always helpful anytime you're coming into the stadium. The and you guys found a way to incorporate the section patches again this year too, which is exciting. Little season ticket member on the straps there, and this was the big centerpiece item this year. And this one, when I saw this, I said, like, 7-year-old me, if this showed up at my doorstep, this is mine now.
Oh, nice.
And it is a exclusive season ticket member backpack here with that. How did you guys arrive at the backpack this year? Because this is yeah, just how did you guys arrive at it?
So we loved the concept of the patches last year, and we've got some feedback that people loved that they could personalize this and it was custom just to them. And we loved that people really loved that. And we wanted to kind of continue on with this and thought, how could we kind of utilize the patches again, but with a different item, obviously making it different. We kind of bounced around some kind of different things and we're wondering what else we could do. And we came along with the green backpack first. Love that one. It's so cool and awesome. But then someone had mentioned, it's great, but people won't be able to bring it into the stadium, which is a bummer. So that's how the clear backpack came into play. So that's why we had to do both because the
Mm.
clear backpacks are approved for game days. You're able to bring those in. Those are just for season ticket members. So they're cleared with security and they say season ticket member right on the strap. So everyone will know that you're a season ticket member when you're repping it. And yeah, so I think that's kind of how we got there. We wanted to do something that you could wear
Hmm.
to kind of rep. And then the section patch, we kind of discovered that people love to rep their section. People are very passionate about what section they sit in. So that's kind of, we wanted to keep including that. I would say that patch on that green backpack that you're holding, when just having regular conversations, people are always like, "Oh, like I've been here since the vet. I've been here since Franklin Field." So we wanted to incorporate that as well. Kind of similar, last year there was the Since patches, but this is kind of
Mhm.
the stadium Since version of that. So, just repping that history of how long you've been a season ticket member for, I think is so awesome. So that was kind of that aspect of it. And obviously the Super Bowl logo had to be included after our big win. So that's on both backpacks because that's super important. And then the hats, obviously had some of those still and just wanted to do encapsulating the Super Bowl as well on those and both of our wins, the LII and LIX. So yeah, I think that's, do you have any more details to add?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with Gabrielle, right? We wanted something to be worn. We threw out a whole bunch of ideas, like, well, could we do a hoodie? Could we do a who knows, right? What we maybe in the future. And then we landed on a backpack just because it's very universal, you know? And then of course you get into, well, should it be a black backpack, right? Because that's a lot easier to make than a green backpack. Our midnight green color is not easy at all to get. And so we talked to various factories, and we actually had several samples sent to us. I be very honest on your podcast here to say that the first sample was way more Jaguars colors than Eagles colors. So we were like, definitely not. We love Doug Peterson and from, but we can't, and then eventually they sent us several of those patches, and we said, yeah, that's midnight green. That could work because you just can't buy that. So that we love that idea, right? Because it's special. You cannot buy a midnight green backpack unless you go to an Eagles outlet and you get something that really has that midnight green color. So we love that. That was cool. Then the other idea was, well, there have to be some elements in it, and it can't be a backpack that is not robust. They handle like all of those straps. It has to be something that I can travel with, And then it had to have some cool elements. I really like when there's Easter eggs and things. And so that's where I think some cool items come in here, like the little tags. Could be just regular zippers, but we decided, no, let's put some E's on those tags, right? I think one thing that I absolutely love when you open this thing, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good, that's right, go Birds. And of course you pointed it out in the hat, but we had to put it in here, right? Season ticket member 2025 limited edition, because you can't get this if you're not a season ticket member. These are not for sale, right? And then the patches. So these patches, we and I'll give you a little bit of another little behind the scenes look here, but so I actually looked all over the place. How can I get an outline? Because if they're sewn onto this, how can I get an outline of the stadium? So I actually tried ChatGPT, AI. I tried all sorts of things. I couldn't get any software to figure this out, right? So then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to draw these myself. So we literally sat there with an overlay of pictures and drew every single line of these stadiums. So these are actually hand drawn, and then they're put on these patches, and so they're really special. And then basically it's all six stadiums, all the way going back to 1933, right? I mean, I love this one. This one was actually a lot of work here, with all those little lines in there. I'm telling you, man. And then the vet was, but I have to say, and this one here, I mean, 15 hours of solid work right there. They're cool because, like Gab said, it really is a conversation piece, We had a gentleman last Saturday for our preseason game, right? We had to pick up there, and for anyone that can come to our experience pickup, and he was wearing a vet shirt. And we were like, "Well, you were season ticket since the vet." He goes, "Yes, I go back to the vet. That's my home. I love the vet." And we were like, "Well, we can customize your backpack with the vet patch." And he was like, "Whoa, no way!" And so we were like, "Hey, you know what? That's a win right there." And then with the clear backpacks, and I'll stop myself there. You know what I think is so cool about this is that these are actually larger than the bag that normally you get to bring in because they have a closed section up here. Normally, like the tote kind of goes to here. And so we talked to security and we said, hey, if we make these for season ticket members, these are clear, they basically fit into your little category for the NFL proof bag. Can we do these? And they said, absolutely, let's do it. And so I love this because season ticket members are the only ones that get to bring a backpack like this into our stadium. So that was kind of like the extra, like, hey, let's do something cool for season ticket members on game day as well. That is even good and practical, because they love to bring bags into the stadium. So, hey, let's give them a bag that they can bring as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and especially when you consider the fact that like a clear bag is such a common like novelty gift now, right?
Yeah.
Because not just the NFL, but most major stadiums now have adopted a clear bag, and
Oh
like
yeah.
you go back and you can find like clear bags that have been given out for years.
Yep.
So to now have one that's unique, like it's got the customization, right? It's got
Yep.
the section patch, but also the fact that hey, this is a different clear bag because you can actually bring this in with you, even though it's larger than what you would normally be able to bring in
Yeah.
otherwise. Like that's
And it's midnight green.
yeah.
And I really love that all the patches are the same size, so you can mix and match however you would like. Like if you want this Super Bowl patch to go on your backpack, you're more than welcome to do that, or the stadium one to go in the clear bag. I love that aspect. I think that's so cool, and that makes it even more unique. So yeah, that we just made sure that they were all the same size, so that's like possible to do.
Like that's kind
So
of cool, right?
hmm Yeah, it definitely heightens the customization part
yeah,
of that, which seems to have been something that again like really makes this whole thing work among fans.
Yeah.
Seems to be like this whole idea that this is now just a personalized gift for you.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, and then look, we'll be completely honest with you. We actually had some hats left over, and so we were like, "Well, what are we going to do with these, right? Well, let's repurpose them and let's actually make them into Super Bowl hats." What I love about it is that because we had these two stickers on the side last year, if you remember, we had a
Yeah.
Lincoln Financial Field and a Sins patch on this one, and in the front we had your section number, right? But then we were like, "Hey, let's make a Super Bowl hat out of this." Kind of cool because it's still Lincoln Financial Field, it's still an Eagles hat, right? But let's put the Super Bowl logos on the side and the Super Bowl patch that was on the parade hat right on the front, so make it an extra special season ticket member limited edition, another hat as a bonus gift. We were like, let's just, these are our two gifts this year, but let's give these out as a bonus gift.
For sure, for sure. Um, Now, obviously, an important part of this here, we talked about this as being the physical memento of the stadium experience. And there were some unique elements this year. Notably, fans got to have Saquon hurdle over them as they were going out the tunnel.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
That was a nice touch there. I will say that. That's a nice little yeah, you mentioned the backpack was Jaguars collar. So that was a nice little we're not the Jaguars.
Hey, I like
Yes,
that. That's right. That's right. I didn't even put that together. That's cool. Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. For fans who can't make the pickup this year, right? Like you had the pickup days during the week, and there's still some more upcoming. So season ticket members, if you have not signed up for a date, check your emails, reach out to the team. They'll get you all set up with a date for you to come pick your thing up. But if you can't get to Lincoln Financial Field, um, obviously one would expect that the gift would be mailed out to you. But otherwise, I mean, beyond that, like what else do you guys have planned this year to help connect season ticket members, particularly, and maybe fans more generally to this team as it sets out to try to defend its Super Bowl title?
So if we only are offering 3 pickup experience days this year, so season ticket members are more than welcome to pick up the gift also at any Eagles home game. We'll have a pickup station there. They can grab their gift, or during the week at the ticket office, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. They can more than welcome to come on down, pick up their gift there. As far as things planned during the year, we, do I think a big part of our job is attempting to bring that value to the season ticket member experience. And, um, you know, being a season ticket member is so much more than just attending games at Lincoln Financial Field. There's so much more to it. It's a whole culture to it. So, I think our goal is really just trying to plan ways to bring that value to the season ticket member experience. So, we're always like kind of brainstorming ways that we can do that, and whether that be a pregame experience at the stadium, that's pregame flag, pregame tunnel, or whether that's an invitation to training camp during the summer, just little things like that, or other like little exclusive invitations for events that we have at the stadium here. We're just always trying to find ways that we can invite people here, meet them, get as many people out here as we can. So we're always trying to think of new ways, I think, that we can bring more exciting things and make each season better than the last, for
Yeah,
sure.
last year we had I thought that was one of the coolest events we've ever done. was the it was just basically a walk with Jalen Hurts through the bowels of the stadium and then out onto the field. And Jalen is very like, he's just so on. He's very business, right? I mean, Super Bowl MVP because he really is so focused, right? But I will say that he really was just so cool with our season ticket members. I mean, it was like he was like they were just chatting. And I thought that was such a cool experience for our season ticket members to kind of hang with Jalen at the stadium, walk in the locker room, walk in the tunnel. They were talking about all sorts of cool things. Like I think at one point someone asked him like, "Hey, so what do you like to do in your off time?" He was like, "I like to cook." And so they were just talking about what he likes to cook and stuff. And I was like, "Man, this is so cool." And I remember season ticket members afterwards saying, like, this was the most incredible experience I've ever had in my 20 years being a season ticket member. So to
Mm.
Gab's point, we have a whole bunch of these things. So always check your email because we try to really invite new season ticket members to all these experiences as much as we can. Training camp is a big one this summer, like Gab said.
Hmm.
And so I think with however many I think touch points we can have, we try to have. There are so many events going on in the stadium here. To find 3 pickup days for season ticket members was actually quite a challenge this year. I think because of Club World Cup and FIFA coming in, and then the weekend concert and everything else was very, very difficult to find days. And so we kept pushing and pushing and pushing. We said this is important. And so we have those 3 days. We might add some more if we think we need them. But that's why, we like to Gabrielle's point, like we then look forward and we say, okay, well, you can pick it up anytime, but let's see however else we can engage you throughout the season. I think one of the coolest experiences that I love is season ticket members holding the flag before the game. And we've had a season ticket member this past Saturday with their gift hat from last year. I was like, yes, this is awesome. Next year, hopefully they'll come with the backpack next time. So it'll be kind of cool.
Hopefully, yeah, that certainly would be, and certainly that spews into the other area that rolled out in the Eagles app is the season ticket member hub that you alluded to when we talked about last year, Norman. That's now live as well, and that presents another opportunity for you guys to connect with season ticket holders.
Yes, I work a lot with Brandy. She's on our premium team. We collaborate on the hub, and it's very still fairly new, so we're trying to, kind of like workshop it and see what other things we can do with it to make it like a very functional platform. We want it to be user friendly and be able to make the most out of interacting with season ticket members on it. So we have meetings like weekly on how we can kind of more ways to get new season ticket members involved that we maybe haven't met before. And like you were kind of saying, like we want to invite new season ticket members to things. So we thought the hub would be a great way to do that. There's a tell me about yourself
Mhm.
portion on the hub, which is great because everyone can fill that out. And then we know specifically what you're interested in. And so say that you're interested in Saquon Barkley. So if we have an event that's kind of geared more to say towards Saquon Barkley, then we can invite you because we know that he's one of your favorite players. So it's very useful for things like that. So we hope that people will fill out that portion. So that'll help us on our end, or if they're interested in participating in pregame experiences, that's extremely helpful as well. So it's definitely still new and we're definitely still getting people up on there, but definitely going to be a great platform and we're excited to see it grow in the future.
For sure, for sure. Well, Norman, Gabrielle, thank you guys for once again putting together something unique for season ticket members and for all the work that you do behind the scenes to make the fan experience just over the moon at Lincoln Financial Field. Obviously, the fans bring a lot of that passion, and it helps make your job easier, I'm sure, in some
Yep,
ways. But you
definitely.
guys do some really good work behind the scenes there, and thank you so much for taking the time today to talk a little bit about that work.
Thank you so
Of
much for
course,
having
thank
us. Appreciate
you.
it.
Yes, this
Go
was,
Birds.
yes, so go
Go
Birds.
Birds. Yeah. And thank you so much to everyone for tuning into the Bird's Nest podcast. You can support the Bird's Nest podcast by liking and subscribing to Bird's Nest Media right here on YouTube, as well as by sharing to your social media pages. You can also find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, the Odyssey app, and iHeartRadio. Please visit birdsnestmedia.com for additional Eagles and NFL coverage. And if you feel so inclined to support us in a different way, you can find the link to our Patreon in the description below or at birdsnestmedia.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's go Eagles.